crafty ones, this is Pam, Pam's Paper Place. Welcome to my channel, and I have a journal that I'd like to share. I just completed it. I also made one for myself, so they're pretty similar. This is a soft cover. It is about, it's about, well, 8 by about 6 and a fourth, 6.5. And yeah, it's a softer cover. I just have it tied with this, but it does stay closed pretty well. But I will include this. It's like a vintage, kind of like a braid. I added these fun little leaves that are sticking out. And this is different, like upholstery type fabrics. This is more of a tweed. This is a velvet here. This is the same as that. And then there's also a layer of burlap. And it has one signature that's been sewn in. And here's some more the fabrics. And then you have your little leaves off the side. And so we're going to open it up. And then here's the burlap. It also has burlap on this side. Here is a like a burlap pocket right here. And I have a little wood button with some flowers. I thought kind of went well with the leaves. And then I took this out of a bird book. So this is like a garden theme, bird theme. This is a little woodpecker, and I put the rest of the information that followed here. So that can go in that little pocket. This is a digital. I can't remember exactly whose it is. I just took it on my stash. I added this braided trim here with these fun little tassels. And then there's a charm dangle here. On this side is like a torn pocket. This is scrapbook paper. And then in the pocket is a little tree card, European mountain ash. So it's kind of fun. And then I just had gotten this on a thrift haul, so I included that. This is a dyed CD sleeve, and inside, and this is coffee dyed, and this has been food color dyed. So this was in the pocket. It's from a bird book that I fussy cut, and I sewed around it. And it's a hermit thrush, and that tells about it. That was cute. And then you can see a little bit of the decorative stitching. And then I added some ferns and leaves and some fun little fibers there. Sorry for the glare. So I made 2 of these, so one for me and one to sell. And that's the other side of the CD sleeve. And then I had a little bird stamp. It says create. I put that there. This is like a it's like a day book, and it had some really pretty botanical prints. And then you could write here. Here's a stamp on some coffee dyed ledger. And then I just stitched here just for a little decoration or texture. And then there's a poem here about crows and roosters. The Kingfisher Song, Lewis Carroll. You can see some of the stamp that's coming through on this dyed paper. I did a, oops, this was supposed to be on here. I did a stamp, and then I put one of these vines down the side, and it hangs off a little bit on the bottom and the top, but you can still journal. Just looks interesting. Here's an envelope that I dyed, and on here I have a little vintage, it's kind of like a little gift card, I guess you'd say, and then you can open it up and you can write on that. And then this was the envelope, and I cut it, and then I did a decorative stitch there, and then you can open it up, and I did some dyeing, and this is the that I fussy cut out. It's a ring-necked pheasant, so there's the information on this dyed index card, and you can also write on that too. And this goes back. We have coffee dyed ledger. Oh, is that what it is? Yeah, ledger paper. And then here I have this cute stamp. I did some decorative stitching. I love that stamp. And then I have a little fabric cluster there. And then I have lined stamp. And then this is like a what do you call that, with the paper, like handmade paper with the little like leaves and things in it. Then here is from a bird book, and I did a little punch here, and so that you can open it up, and also you can fold it down so that you can, you know, read the whole section on the birds. I love birds. And then here I did a stamp right here in the coffee dyed ledger. And then this is beautiful. It's kind of textured, Cahill Gibran. And it's just beautiful paper with little poems with nature, mountains. Here on some dyed paper, I have a little flip with some of the fabrics that I have. And then here is a wood button. It has a little basket of flowers. And you can see some of the fun things. So you can flip that up, and you probably tuck something under there too. There's the dyed food color dye and coffee dyed paper. This is a wallpaper piece, and I added the little butterfly, and then I have some yarn for his body, and it looks like his flight path. And then here I sewed down some squiggly fibers. I like to do that. Here is a pocket, like a bird pocket, that I tore out from some paper. And then here's a little card with some birds that's been inked around a little bit. And then I embossed this with like a little wood grain, added this vintage trim. And then here it's like a bird watching note. You know, the date, the weather, location, habitat, birds, species, sights, sounds, activities. So you have a little bit of that. See a little inking through here, and there's a little stamp I have, leaf stamp. This is from a digital kit, lined. And then here's from a children's bird book. So cute. Here's some coffee dyed paper. Here is an envelope, and I added a little fern leaf and some eyelash trim. And then in this pocket is from a little bird book, and I added this fabric here. And then this tells a little bit about it. It's a pretty image. And then on this side, I have a bird playing card. And I added a little burlap. This is left over from the paper pad, and this I had dyed. And then this is a little booklet with just a little bit of coffee dyed paper. And this, another paper that looks like grass and things are in it. And I tore the edge. Added some pretty washi tape. This is a digital, and I added this little trim here. I think it was from a curtain. And you can see there's a little butterfly charm. Here's the middle of the signature. And I have some beads here, and let's get it untwisted. So here's like a feather, wood bead, some other beads, pretty beads here. And here we have some more pretty beads and a mushroom. And I took some of these leaves. They're like a thin vellum, and I put them for pockets. Two papers of this with little birds on it. It says Love and Hope. And on the other side, this was taken from a bird book. Beautiful images. So you could read that. Then we have more of this trim. It's a soft trim. More of the pretty digi. And I tore and inked this page. Here's the other part of the envelope here. Washi tape, a little stamp of a bird, and then I made a little tiny booklet, added some pretty stickers there. And then you have some coffee dyed paper. Also, in this envelope at the top, I just made kind of a collage with different papers, and did some stitches, different stitches here, just for a fun little tag at the top. Oops, sorry, I bumped it. And then here's another side of a doily, coffee dyed doily, little stamp. I have a little flower and a little sticker, and I add a little sticker in the center of that. And then on this side, I added a couple more stickers and a butterfly. And here I altered a little tiny Rolodex, some stitches, a little bit of collage, added this onto this paper. This opens up here, and then I added this little vine trim here. This coffee dyed paper here. So this opens out like this. That folds in and over. And here's more of this cute little children's bird book. Well, there's an eagle on this page, so I added an eagle page from a bird book, Bald Eagle. Digital with notes. I added this little sticker. And then this is like a handmade paper. It's like pulpy. And I just added this to the top here, to this card, so you could put something in it. I'll just put that in there. And it's a vintage flashcard. This is from a digital, and I just added some fibers, backed it on some paper. And then I added some faux ferns and leaves and some more fibers. And the wallpaper from the other side kind of sticks out on the side here. I let it stick out a little bit here. This is wallpaper. And then here I stitched around. This is a, what do you call that board when you, master board. Did some different stitches. Did a little collage here, added a butterfly flower, bits of cheesecloth and fabric, and a little fern leaf, faux fern leaf. And then this goes over the top of this right here, this wallpaper pocket. And this is like an invisible pocket. See, it's the same underneath. And then here is a little, I have this die, so it's a little place you can put things in. It's like a little nature card, which you can do out in nature. And then you just that here, and then you tie it. Like that. And here's some of my food dye, coffee dye paper. It's like a light green. Here's some more of this kind of a textured Cahill Gibran book page. And I pieced it together. Really pretty. Here's some of my coffee dyed ledger. There's a little stamp here. Here's some more bird page. And it has a little punch on the side. And this also comes down so you could read the whole page. And this you could also read on this side too. Here's some of that handmade type paper. Here's some vintage book, a bird book. Very pretty image. Coffee dyed ledger. Here's the other side of the envelope. And I did some stitching. And then I added a little really pretty card with flowers. And I dyed this. I'm continuing on. I had to stop it to delete some of my videos because my storage was too full. So we were right here. This is the other side of the envelope. And then just tore this here and added a little playing card. And I had like dyed this. A little index card. There's some dyed paper. Just added a little pretty paper doily and some butterflies. Here's a pretty little book page. some chickens, and a wren, I think. Robin poem dyed ledger. It's another beautiful page from that day book. Here I added a little top tuck. Here's some feathers that are washi tape. I altered this card. Looks like I need to ink the back. And I put a doily, a die doily. I dyed scrapbook paper, a little feather washi tape. This is a little pocket. Just did a little stitching here, a little bird stamp, and a tiny little tag. Coffee dyed paper. And then here, this was like a file. It has a little kind of a laminated letter here, H. And I added it on here. Here's some cute wallpaper with a little froggy and a collaged tag that I added all different things to. And then you could write here. And I just folded it up, added tape, a little paper, and then in here is a bird page. And a little tag with a stamp and a few little papers, a little bird playing card, and another little scrapbook paper. That was pretty. And then here I made this little place that you could journal. Little booklet. And then here you can see some of this pretty trim that came off a curtain, like a green curtain. Oh, and there's a little feather charm there. And just added that here, and then on the back I added some of this same trim, and it has a little flower and a button. And there's some more leaves. And then here, this was a digital, and I added a little leaf, and this can be a a writing board. So if you needed to write on something, like this, and it might be bumpy, although I don't think it's real bumpy, then you have something you can write on. And then it easily fits right here. So that is the little garden bird type book. And I will list it. I'll have it listed in my Etsy shop, Pen to Paper by Pam. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. See you next time. Bye-bye.